All right, I just got off the set from doing Big Brother. I'm going to walk backstage. Look who's with me. It is Tiffany. Yes, America's favorite house guest from last summer. We are going to break down the show, the season, get your insight, your feelings, and opinions. Welcome, Tiffany. How are you?
Oh, excited. Anytime I see you, anytime I'm a part of Big Brother, Julie, I am excited. So it's
We,
just an honor.
we were so excited to see you host the veto competition this past week. Beautifully done, gorgeous
Thank
as always.
you. Thank
Now,
you.
anyone watching, spoiler alerts are going to be discussed on the double eviction episode that we just finished taping. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, then now's your chance to
Hmm.
pause, stop, and walk away from this. Okay, double eviction.
Yes,
You're a live feeder, so you knew who was getting bounced tonight. What do
I
you
did.
think about the first eviction? Jasmine 2-0 evicted. What do you think? Did they make the right choice? Give me your thoughts.
I um I was expecting Jasmine to go. I'm not surprised that they evicted her. Michael used his HOH, I think, to have a double HOH. I think both of these HOHs belong to Michael because they both benefit him. Keeping Monty as a shield, Michael definitely needs a shield. To me, he's one of the biggest threats in the game, if not the biggest threat in the game. But for the girls, I don't know. Jasmine was really pitching to them about staying. And I don't know, I'm a girl. And so when I get to the end, this time, I want to win for me. So I want the easiest path. But I understand Jasmine has told so many lies. You don't know if you trust her or not. So she could easily say one thing, and when the outside comes inside, she's got her group, and then they've got the numbers to vote out who they want to see go home.
That's what did her in when they were considering, Monty is like tall, he's muscular, he's athletic. They were like, can we trust her moving forward? So you're right.
Yeah.
So what do you mean this was like a double HOH for Michael? Meaning,
Well, Michael's part of the leftovers, but he was always afraid of his positioning in the leftovers, him and Brittany. He knows that Joseph is a big target, a big threat in the game. And so before they split, Michael confirmed with Terrence, hey, get Joseph out. That's a point for Michael because now he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't look like he did it. He looks to the leftovers as if he tried to keep them intact by sending out Jasmine. And he actually had Terrence do his dirty work. Even though Terrence wanted Joseph out, that was a win for Michael.
I see. Now, when did you see him say that?
Oh, I'm a live feeder, so we catch a little tidbits of things. But I recall either I also tweet too, Julie, either on Twitter or the live feeds. I remember there was a conversation very quickly between Michael and Terrence saying, "Get Joseph."
You might know something I don't know because I didn't see that, but we'll leave
Oh,
it at that.
well. Michael wanted Joseph gone, Julie.
Well, I that does make sense. It's
Yes,
logical, and
yes,
then his fingerprints aren't on it. Ah, okay. So obviously, the other person evicted tonight was Joseph. Did
yeah.
they make the right choice?
Wow. You know, any one of those guys, Turner, Joseph, or Kyle, are very strong. And Kyle just will have a target on his back. And anyone at this point can take a shot at Kyle because of his showmance, because of him blowing up the leftovers. He's the huge target, probably the next to go. Joseph could probably talk his way into staying in the future if he had have made it through this week. So if you want to win the game, I think that taking out Joseph is a good move because he's somebody I could see sitting in the final two.
Kyle spilled the beans on the leftovers alliance to Terrence. He totally threw his alliance under the bus. What do you make of his gameplay? What do you make of that move?
For Kyle's game, in order for him to get ahead, he I kind of understand how Kyle feels about his positioning in the leftovers and having to go with the leftovers. He's in an alliance that he felt that was making decisions that wasn't best for his own personal gain. He's doing what they're saying this is best for the leftovers, but who does that mean within the leftovers? And Kyle didn't feel that the moves that was being made within the leftovers were beneficial to his own personal game. I personally understand what that feels like to want to play your own personal game, but you have to move with this alliance. Well, if it's not been in any alliance, if it's not benefiting you and you don't see the way that you can get to the end with that alliance, you do have to re-strategize and rethink your game. So Kyle wanting to get out of the leftovers, even blowing them up, I think that I don't know if it's best for his game that he goes with Alyssa. If he had a better plan, I could see why it would make full sense to me. But I understand him feeling like the leftovers decisions in their gameplay wasn't what was best for his own personal game.
Well, now supposedly Kyle, Alyssa, Terrence, and Turner have formed their own new Final Four, the after party. How are they going to do now that we have reunited all the house guests? How are they going to stack up against the leftovers?
We have the most disloyal people forming a final four. None of them are loyal to Alyssa was never loyal in her alliances to anyone. She told everybody, she told Kyle all about the alliances and the secrets that she had obtained from everyone in the house. Kyle flipped on his own alliance. We know he has no loyalty. He will flip and go wherever he flops. Terrence is the same. Terrence has never had any loyalty to anyone. He goes with whatever benefits him personally. And Turner is kind of like in the middle. He probably sees the leftovers as not going anywhere. He probably just wants to remain safe and have safety and is just telling them that. I don't think that Turner will remain true to this alliance because he knows Kyle and Alyssa are definitely at the top. They're going to always look out for each other. So he's like fourth place. If he wants fourth place, I don't
So,
expect this alliance to make it.
do you think he should have tried to keep Joseph?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough call because then, on one hand, he's looking at the bromance versus showmance. Either
Yeah.
way, it's the third wheel.
I think Joseph is very loyal. And I think if Turner would have kept Joseph, Joseph would have remained loyal to Turner because he would have saved his life. It was Joseph reminds me a lot of me as a player. I looked at him and I watched him pleading his case. And I said, that was me when I went to Xavier, when I was like, I may have a shot at staying here. And when I went to Xavier pleading my case, offering him these deals, I meant everything that I said. Like I would have totally went with Xavier in whatever decision he wanted to do. And I think Joseph would have been just as loyal to whoever would have kept him.
How do you think you would have stacked up against this season's players, and who would you have tried to form an alliance with?
Well, honestly, I don't know if it's because I'm at home watching or I'm just a Detroit girl, but or I go for the underdog. But I've got a lot of love for Taylor. I just don't see me being in any situation being okay with everyone ostracizing another person. I see me as being the person who's going to go and try to help that person. So I feel like Taylor and I would have definitely worked together. I would have stuck with Michael too until I would have been like Brittany a little bit with Michael, like making sure that I'm his number one because I feel like he'd keep me safe. I know he's going to keep himself safe. But this house is a house I would not want to live in with them, Julie, because I don't trust any of them. They all lie so much. They all lie so much. It would be insane.
Who are you rooting for?
Honestly, contrary to popular belief, I think that a great final two would have been Michael and Joseph, like the two lawyers battling it out at the end. I think that they would have had some great final two speeches. I actually am looking forward to seeing um, Monty Taylor. I think that Monty Taylor, Michael, Brittany, a final four. I don't know. You guys kind of got me with the inside. The VIP. Julie, I hosted the comp. I got to see them.
No,
like
they.
I was like,
I mean, I think you replaced Rihanna in some people's hearts. They were like, oh, they were so starstruck by you.
I felt the same. I heard somebody say I think Jasmine said the highlight of her week was seeing me, and it was the highlight of my week too. Like seeing them, I did not even know that I would feel that. I was so happy to see them.
All right, so I think we did a pretty good job, like kind of weighing the pros and cons of how people are playing, how you would have
Yeah.
done, and what do you? Any final thoughts before we?
I do want to say this is one very interesting season. You guys have me glued to every media I can to understand and know what's going on in this house. You guys definitely set the bar high with expecting the unexpected. I don't know what's going on. None of the house guests don't know what's going on either.
I know.
But it's exciting. I'm excited to see what's going to happen now that the outside and the inside come together. I'm definitely watching every move.
Would you do it again if we ever had an All Stars or brought back past players?
Julie, I don't care if I ever say no. I am lying. If you call me right now and say, hostess comp, coming into this house, I was in the DR, Julie, and I said, that door is not locked. I almost ran inside.
I'm
So
moving out. Right.
I would come back to Big Brother, Julie. Hey, Julie. I loved hosting. Hey, your stage is a nice place.
How's your
Take
son
me
doing?
under your wing. Oh my gosh, my son is doing amazing. He is driving now. He's driving. He's only 14 and a half. He's turning 15 in September, but he's got his permit. He's driving me around. I don't know who's getting older. It's definitely not me.
Definitely not. Not you. No way.
Not me. You look amazing. I love you. I love CBS, Paramount Plus. You guys such an amazing team. Thank you for everything, for inviting me, for having me. I'm just BB is just me. I am Big Brother now. So
You are. Hey, you're America's favorite house guest for a reason. I
thank
mean,
you.
Tiffany, always a pleasure. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
allowing me to pick your brain and be part of your evening tonight. Always a pleasure. Until we meet again.
Yes, Julie. Bye.
Bye for now. God